All right, so let's get started on the Lenormand. You have book, mice, and lilies as an overall. So what I'm getting here with book and mice is it could be more secretive, but there's a lot of education and knowledge and information in here. But there could also be some secret aspects. Because I have somebody just doesn't have enough information. So they're studying. Somebody could be studying illnesses, maybe even STDs, okay, because it does come up here with mice and lilies. Somebody could be studying sexually transmitted diseases. Somebody could just be studying health. Maybe they're in a medical field, okay. Also have people studying corruption. So it could be corruption of the body. It could also be corruption as in criminal justice. So we may have some criminal justice and nursing or medical majors in here. I'm seeing somebody studying really hard and it's exhausting them, okay. It could be somebody, it could be there's some kind of a crime involved and somebody studying really hard to get all the facts. Because I do have like a corruption of facts or lies with, book and mice. Just somebody kind of manipulated some facts. But then we also have pure facts with the lilies. So it's as if somebody manipulated something and presented them just as pure facts, when maybe they weren't pure facts. Also, somebody might come clean about something too, okay? Also, with book and lily, I have a stressful education. So again, somebody's getting worn down by studying. And so there's two scenarios here so far. Somebody's studying and that's pretty much it. And then we have somebody who's trying to figure out manipulations and lies about facts. And then somebody will eventually come clean. Now, this could be you as well, hiding something. I'm seeing that if you are in education, you maybe chose this new career path later in life. Because we do have lilies here, it usually means something older. I also have hidden sexuality. So there's some kind of a fetish that somebody might be hiding, and it may be something illegal, okay? But somebody has a passion for a subject. So if you're in school, you're really passionate about the body or criminal justice. Some people are studying sex, because I get a feeling there's some people out there who just aren't very educated in sex. And so they're studying it. And that could be some of the hidden sexuality that maybe they just haven't had sex and so they're just studying it. But also getting there's a long, slow learning process. And I also have sexual education. So I'm also seeing getting to know somebody intimately and practicing what you're studying. So you're trying to gain knowledge and experience sexually by trying the things that you study. Okay, that could be it. Also, I kind of get the idea somebody in a relationship is trying to revive passion. Maybe they're not very good at sex, or they haven't been, or they just weren't very educated. And the relationship kind of got bored with mice and lilies. The sexuality, it was just like a damper, no spark. And so somebody's studying up, trying to get the spark back. Because I have sexual passion is dwindling or waning, bored, just overall lack of passion. Now, for people who are studying education, it doesn't have to be sexual though. That was just for somebody who needs to learn about sex. People who are actually studying to get a degree or a certificate, they may feel like their passion is waning when it was really full throttle because they just get exhausted. I'm saying just don't give up, okay? I'm also seeing people who are going for pleasure only as opposed to a more intimate knowledge of somebody sexually. They're going to get bored. Like just sex only is going to lose its charm, especially if they end up with like an STD or something. And then I also have, somebody could use their position of power to get sex. So if you're studying corruption, you might be studying how somebody was able to hide facts. Again, we have that manipulation of facts to make it look like they're pure facts when really it's not. Maybe they use their position to get something sexual, which isn't necessarily illegal, but they may have been doing something illegal, and that also was involved. Because I have bad morals. And it's as if this person understands it's not right, and they abstained, but then they gave in. Okay? So this is something that this person might just need some help. And then I also have their virtue. So they may have some kind of a position, again, that makes them seem virtuous. So, thinking of doing something hidden with sexuality, we can have like priest, cop, judge, somebody who's in a position of power, teacher. Unfortunately, I hate to say that because I am a teacher. But somebody using their power to do something corrupt, most likely sexual. And their virtue, their persona, so to speak, their position, shields them against sullying their own name. And they were also, able to manipulate facts, right? So I think about, unfortunately, dirty cop, something like that. Somebody's able to manipulate things to make it seem okay. But then we have coming clean. So if you're the one trying to pursue this case, maybe you're a lawyer and you're pursuing a case against somebody who's done something like this, then eventually they might confess. And they might get linked to an STD, and that's how they're caught. Okay, so if you're researching and you're trying to figure out something, you may want to go the route of STDs and just see, maybe they had sex with somebody underage and now that person has a disease that they have too. Okay, something of that nature, okay? Pretty scummy stuff. Other than that, there's just people going for education for something they really like. They're afraid the passion's going to die out and because they're tired, but I'm saying just to keep going with it. Don't get bored. Keep going. And then some people are just putting the spark back in their relationship. Okay. Next one, we have 2 decks. I'll pull from this one, and then this will clarify. If I need further clarification, I have my other deck. And at the end, I'll use this one over here. Okay. All right, so Virgos, what's going on with you guys for October? Let's get some more space. The Empress reversed. Oh, who had this? Was it Cancers? I think it was Cancers who had this. They may be dealing with a Cancer. In their particular reading, it was about not being able to believe that something was going to happen. Okay? It could also be about not being pregnant, or being pregnant and not knowing it, or being very, 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 very pregnant. Okay, it just depends on who you are. Let's clarify it. 9 of Pentacles, a well-deserved reward. So this isn't my single person card, especially because we have a man here. It could be anybody. Also, it's an earth sign card. So I feel like you're going to be successful, but maybe you just can't quite see it yet. To me, this is also, if it's a well-deserved reward, it's a harvest card. And then it's like, I can't see the harvest coming. And yet here it is. So you may just have a reading very similar to Cancer's. Or you could have Cancer in your chart. We also have Taurus in this card. So that might be something here. Let's keep going. 5 of Wands in reverse. It's like you can't see it happening. You can't work it out. You feel like you can't make something happen. Let's see what else. 5 of Pentacles reversed. I believe Cancer's got this one too. We have 2 5s. I'm seeing that you're not alone. So you can talk to somebody. I feel like you're able to get along with people very well. That's not an issue. I also have another Pentacle card. Like you're definitely not losing a job. You're definitely going to get one, like a promotion or something. Okay. I want to see why these 5s are here. The Moon in reverse, Shadow in reverse. So, I don't see anything negative. I'm seeing only positive things. There may have been some talks about people leaving a job or people leaving a home. I'm seeing that'll get confronted. And only good results will come from it. Okay, I'm going to put this up here so I can keep an eye on it. Okay, what else is there for Virgos? Nine of Pentacles reversed. You can't see it happening. Why can't you envision this? Let's clarify it. Judgment reversed. You don't have the wake-up call. Why is this Nine of Pentacles reversed? Three of Pentacles. Recognition and reward. You have a well-deserved reward. Maybe you think you deserve it and you're not getting recognized. But here, I'm seeing you getting recognized for it. It's a well-deserved reward. You earned it. Maybe you don't think you do, but you do. And that could be the lack of judgment here. Now, it could be saying, you know, that you feel like you're being passed over for something. But I'm seeing definitely getting something better when it comes to work. So I don't think you're going to get passed over for a promotion if that's what you're looking for. Now, you may turn down a second chance, maybe because there's more than one person. And that's perfectly fine. Because that may have been something that came to light. Okay. Let's keep going. Queen of Wands. It could have been there was a fire sign involved. Could also be a female boss. Could be you as a female boss, just being entrepreneurial like. Ace of Pentacles in reverse. You might turn down a promotion. I mean, you might get rewarded and recognized, but you might actually turn it down with the Ace of Pentacles reversed. Maybe in pursuit of your own career or business on your own. You might get a promotion to be a supervisor or a leader of some sort, a boss, and you decide not to take it. You decide to let it go. Maybe you did not want the responsibility or the spotlight that it would put on you. Let's see, why is this reversed? Four of Wands. Maybe you want to spend more time with your family. But we have achievements. You're achieving something really well, and yet you don't feel like it's the right path. And if you don't feel like it's the right path, then don't do it. I agree with you. You may want to spend more time, or you may want to move. Why is this Queen of Wands here? Death. Okay. So you want to end something and start something else. Could be dealing with a Scorpio. We do have a Three of Pentacles here. So it may be, for some people, a Scorpio may ask you to move in with them. Okay. Or you just realize you have to end one job because you're moving houses. Maybe you're married and you have to move with your spouse and you're moving houses. That could be it. But you may also end a relationship with someone because you find out somebody's living with them or there's a third party in some way. But there's a big transformation happening here. And that could be you decide to leave a job. Now that Five of Pentacles that was reversed earlier, like I feel like you found your calling with Judgment and Moon, okay? I feel like you found your calling and you didn't know you had it before. Or you just finally decide to go for it. That could be why some people are going to college later in life. Okay, so with this Five of Pentacles reversed, it may be that you do leave a job, but you leave it of your own volition as opposed to being let go. Okay. Oh wait, that was here too. Right, let's do some more. Justice. Could be dealing with a Libra. Some of you may have found out somebody was married, okay? Or this is just saying you are married, and that's probably why you're having to move. Let's get some more. We have Justice in reverse. It's very strange. So again, some of you might be going to school to pursue criminal justice, and you're trying to go after those who are breaking the law. Some of you are trying to detach from a Libra. That's okay. It's just so strange that we get the same card twice. Let's clarify. The Hierophant could be about a marriage. Somebody was wanting to end a marriage. We also have an institution. So it could be school. Somebody may feel like maybe I shouldn't keep going to school. But I really feel like you're trying to fight some kind of injustice here, especially with our first reading. And I do feel like you're going to get recognized out the wazoo if you go down that career path. I don't know why I said that phrase, but let's keep going. The Star reversed. Okay, let me clarify. The Hangman in reverse. So there's a lack of inspiration. Again, somebody could get exhausted. Somebody could also feel like they're not getting recognized. And when that does happen, maybe you do feel like you haven't been recognized. Then they suddenly have like a change of perspective. That could be when you start going into business for yourself, or you go back to school, or you decide not to wait any longer for somebody that you were waiting for. And I do get the feeling there's some kind of investigation, not of you, but you investigating somebody else. Why is the Hangman reversed here? We have Justice again in reverse. There's an imbalance, but there's some kind of injustice. And you don't like being on hold with injustice. Why is the Star reversed? Because injustice makes people lose hope and become bitter. The Eight of Swords. So it could be about somebody being in jail. Because Justice and Eight of Swords, somebody may be going and defending their position on why somebody should not be released. And it doesn't look like they're going to get released, okay? Somebody might be fighting for why somebody should be in prison or go to prison. So again, somebody could be an attorney. Okay, let's put these back. Could be a Scorpio. Could be a Pisces, an Aquarius, Libra. I want to keep going. The Fool, having new beginnings. A lot of major arcana here. Oof. Seven of Swords, seeking the truth. I feel like there's investigation going on. You're getting an education as well. Maybe an unconventional education, again, going later in life. Also, somebody wants to be free. It's a very stark contrast to the Hierophant, which is actually something that Leo's got, the Fool and Wisdom. But I see you're getting your education. I see there's an investigation. And this leads you ultimately to the path that you're supposed to be on. My cat did something. I don't know what it is. You okay, Fluff? Come here. What happened? Was there an attack? Did something attack you? Come here, I want to see. I can't help you if you don't come here. Oh, he probably saw an animal outside. Yeah, that makes sense, because that happened the other day. Okay, one more time, let's keep going. Six of Cups reversed, which says go back to Five of Cups, so there could be some disappointment. And Seven of Pentacles in reverse, awaiting results. So some people could be waiting for something like a crime to be justified that happened a long time ago, and they're waiting for the results. Maybe it's taking so long that somebody's trying to fight that because that's an injustice, that they have to wait so long for justice. But I think we have like 3 pregnancy cards. All say they're not pregnant, so I don't think that's going on here. Now, some of the injustice could have been that there was a death at some point. And maybe somebody wants the spotlight shown. I don't have too much else to indicate what the crime would be, but it comes out, okay? And somebody may decide to stop investigating. Maybe they give up some hope. And no matter what happens, whether it's education or an investigation, I'm saying just because you're tired or it takes a while not to actually give up. Why is the Six of Cups reversed here? Seven of Swords. Deception. We have 2 sevens, so it's being misled. We had Seven of Swords earlier, which was get your education. So some people may think they're too old to go back to school. I'm saying that's not the case. Okay, don't serve yourself some injustice by not doing that. And we have judgment. So there could be a literal judgment about whether or not somebody gets out of prison or goes to prison.